You've been lied to, and I'm not saying nonsense here on the air.
But you are, and you're propagating lies.
Tell me the lie I'm propagating. Tell me the lies I'm propagating.
That masks don't work to stop the spread of COVID.
Okay, so let me ask you this then, since you're so obsessed with the mask that I hope you wear forever. Fine, good for you. Is the COVID particle smaller than the holes in the mask?
Is the COVID
So you can't
virus?
answer a single question, Randy.
Is the COVID virus like a rhinovirus, like the cold?
So you haven't answered one of my questions. You haven't answered one of my questions. I've addressed everything that you've brought up and destroyed it. And here you are just trying to navigate through this segment and try to save face, even though you've already been completely destroyed. We're back on the InfoWars War Room, brought to you by InfoWarsStore.com. We're taking your phone calls. And let's get back out to the phone lines. We have Randy called in from Denver. Randy, you're on the InfoWars War Room. Go ahead. Do we have Randy?
Sorry, I had it on mute. It's just a shame that you guys are always talking about masks the way that you do. If we hadn't worn masks, so many more people would have been dead.
Really?
Yeah.
No, cite your scientific source behind that claim.
Well, I know that I myself have been not getting sick at all over the past year or so.
Okay, so that proves that the COVID fear-mongering is more than it's worth.
You can interrupt me if you want, and it's not going to do anything except make you feel good. But what truly is happening is I spent a year wearing a mask.
Hold on. Notice how you didn't answer my question. Cite your scientific source that says masks save lives. I'd love to hear this.
There are plenty on there.
So give me one. Give me one of the plenty. There's a plethora, he claims. So let's hear one, Randy.
Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci. Let's pause right there, Randy. Dr. Fauci, who wrote papers in the 90s saying that masks actually cause the Spanish flu. Are you aware of that?
No, and
go figure. Of course you're not aware of that. You don't do your own research. What about the JAMA studies and other studies that studied the masks, and they found the masks actually carry and spread disease? Any comment on that?
You know, I haven't read that either.
Clearly.
And,
how about the cases in Sweden or other countries that never mandated masks and never had COVID outbreaks? How about that?
Well, that right there is a load of hooey.
Really? Because I've covered all of it. I've shown the charts. And so you call in, you say there's scientific studies, you can't source a single one. You're so stupid you have your phone on mute when you're about to go on a radio show. And then you deny the person that actually has done the research and all the facts. But hey, Randy, wear a mask the rest of your life. You're more than welcome to do that. But what about my body, my choice? Do you believe in that?
Yeah, when it comes to things
like murdering a baby?
No, when it comes to things that are, you know what, you
have completely destroyed you in 2 minutes. Yes.
No, you're not even debating. What you're doing is yelling and trying to get a person off kilter. When we're not right now, we're not talking.
Yeah, I get it. The facts get you off kilter. I get that. How about the fact that Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer have paid out tens of billions of dollars in lawsuits because their products have given people cancer and kill them, and you want me to take their product mandatory?
What about the fact that your boss cares so little about your program that while you're on air 2 days ago, he came and did a striptease in the shadows?
Oh, I love this. So again, Randy can't answer the question. And actually, Randy, in case you haven't noticed, this is all Alex Jones. He built this entire thing.
He did. Of course he did. It's all his nonsense. It's all his nonsense. And you're up there getting paid for propagating his nonsense. And
so tell me what I've said that's nonsense, Randy.
InfoWars. What's nonsense that you've said? That masks don't work to stop the spread of COVID.
Except I've cited multiple sources and reasons why I believe that. You haven't given one explanation for any of your beliefs. Randy, I'm going to be honest with you. I love you. I wish more people like you called in and had these debates, because that's part of the problem is we don't have these debates. And maybe you'll go look into the things that I've told you here in this 4 minutes you've been on air and realize that you've been duped. You've been lied to. And I'm not saying nonsense here on the air.
But you are, and you're propagating lies.
Tell me the lie I'm propagating. Tell me the lies I'm propagating.
That masks don't work to stop the spread of COVID.
Okay, so let me ask you this then, since you're so obsessed with the mask that I hope you wear forever. Fine, good for you. Is the COVID particle smaller than the holes in the mask?
Is the COVID
so you can't
virus,
answer a single question, Randy.
Is the COVID virus like a rhinovirus, like the cold?
So you haven't answered one of my questions. You haven't answered one of my questions. I've addressed everything that you've brought up and destroyed it. And here you are just trying to navigate through this segment and try to save face, even though you've already been completely destroyed.
If you think that you've destroyed me, then you shouldn't have any problem with what I say. So let me.
I don't. I'm putting you on air right now. I love what you're saying. Did you not hear me? I wish more people like you would call in so we could have these debates for the public and the general public could see InfoWars knows what we're talking about. American patriots and Trump supporters know what we're talking about. And liberals like Randy from Denver don't have a damn clue.
Let me ask you a question and just follow my logic here. I've heard many times that the coronavirus, the COVID virus, is like the cold. That the cold is a coronavirus. I've heard that on InfoWars many times. I know that over the last year, I haven't gotten a single cold while I wore a mask.
Good for you. So that's a good thing. That means that there was no reason to be so afraid.
And then when everyone stopped wearing masks because they eased restrictions, I got a cold almost immediately. I think that is fair anecdotal evidence about how it stops the spread of coronaviruses.
Okay, well, how about this, Randy? The mask is the greatest thing in the world. The vaccine is the greatest thing in the world. Do you believe that you have the right, or anybody has the right, to make me wear a mask or make me take a vaccine?
No.
Beautiful.
I believe that you can be asked to wear a mask if you want to come into this place of business, just like you're asked to wear shoes or pants or a shirt. I believe that you can be mandated to do something.
Okay, but now shoes and pants and a shirt are not unhealthy. Wearing the mask is.
Shoes are a health thing.
No. I don't think you understood what I said. Wearing a mask is detrimental to your health. Wearing shoes is not.
If you wear a mask 24/7 all the time, maybe. But you know what is more detrimental to your health? Getting COVID and dying.
Okay. So what do you make of the fact that the CDC admitted that 80% of the COVID deaths had at least 2 comorbidities, meaning it was really people dying of cancer and other diseases?
I think that is you misinterpreting data. And
how do you interpret that data?
Well, I have to go look at the data in order to interpret it. But I know that you have a long track record of reading one thing and saying something completely different. And it's part.
So this is hilarious, though, Randy. You just admitted that you've never seen any of this data and that I have, but you're arguing that I'm ignorant on the data when you are literally ignorant on the data.
I didn't say that you're ignorant, and I would not even say claim that you were ignorant on the data. I say that you take the data and you mislead people intentionally.
No, the data is what it is. What do you mean? How do I mislead? What? It's literally right out of the CDC. 80% of COVID deaths had 2 comorbidities. How am I twisting that? Okay. Randy, Randy, I'm not kidding you. I love you. I think we would even get along despite our political differences because I want to get along with everybody. I wish more people like you called into this show. I wish more people like you had the balls and the spine, quite frankly, to call into this show and actually debate me on these issues, because nobody else will. Political debate is dead in this country, and we need to bring it back. So for that, we thank you, Randy.
Jacob in Ohio, welcome. Go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, Alex?
Good, brother.
Great last caller. I just wanted to start with plugging your sleep supplements. It's basically the only way I get sleep anymore with all the gaslighting, demoralization, and absurdity. It's like we're living at a twilight zone, man.
All right, Eric in New Hampshire. Eric, thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, thanks for taking my call. If I could, I just want to throw a quick plug out for one of the products. The X2 does wonders. I recommend it to everybody. If you're on the fence about it, get off the fence, get the product, support the InfoWar.
Tyler in Maine, you're on the air. Thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, it's great to be on with you. It's an honor.
Honor to talk to you.
Awesome. So first thing I wanted to do is say I love the products, Alpha Power, even at 29. If you ask my better half, she loves it, and it helps in the bedroom. So just number one for viewers.
Oh, it
there.
definitely works. It's not a joke. Yeah.
Absolutely.